guy. Wow, I hope he's hot. You're incorrigible, Nadine. A few days later, I was at an airport in Nice. The Bessons were supposed to meet me there. It's them! Madame and Monsieur Besson looked like they were about to appear on the red carpet, but their son seemed clumsy and awkward. Hello, I'm Phoebe from America.
One more step and I'll kick you all the way back to America.
Phoebe is our guest. Be polite. I'm sorry for our bodyguard's rudeness. Why would they need a bodyguard? Were they some sort of French celebrities? While I was thinking about that, parents put Pierre on a plane to America, and then they took me to their house. And by that, I mean we got on a helicopter and avoided all the traffic jams. Soon, we landed on the grounds of a huge mansion. My head was spinning. They had a private tennis court, a stable, and even a golf course. Holy lemons! Are you movie stars?
We are oil magnates, trillionaires, and some of the richest people in the country. You are extremely lucky to be here.
Anyone else would have been ecstatic. But my life motto was better safe than sorry. That's why I all but interrogated them over dinner. You're swimming in money. Why would you take part in a student exchange program?
We did it for Pierre. We want our son to live like an ordinary person, at least for a while. That will teach him to appreciate everything he has.
Besides, my husband and I often do charity work. We are happy to show you what living in the lap of luxury is like. It sounded logical, but I couldn't relax and kept thinking that the Bessons had to have an ulterior motive. Why did they agree to this exchange? Maybe Pierre and I got swapped at the hospital, and now my parents want their real child back?
Which one is ours?
No, that's nonsense. And then I got another idea. What if Pierre did something bad and his parents wanted to get rid of him? Good morning. Please change and come downstairs. It turned out that journalists had arrived at the house. The Bessons wanted them to take a picture of me. Phoebe, smile wider. They can already see all my teeth. After that, Madame Besson gave an interview to the journalists. I didn't like the things she said. We are good people, see? We do charity work and help the poor. Our family is not involved in anything suspicious.
Phoebe.
I'm not eavesdropping.
Our bodyguard will drive you to school and pick you up after classes. You shouldn't talk to anyone except your classmates.
Why?
Because we are very famous people. We don't want you to start any rumors by accident, now do we?
Everything that was happening seemed terribly suspicious to me. Their psycho of a bodyguard wouldn't stop staring at me. Quit it already. Much better. I called my parents and asked them about Pierre. Is he perhaps acting weird? Pierre is such a sweet boy. Very modest and polite. If Pierre was like that, why did his parents want to get rid of him? That was something I had to find out. The students at my new school were the children of the richest people in the country. I felt like I didn't belong there, like an antelope among hyenas.
Everyone, this is Phoebe Spalding from America. She is going to study with you instead of Pierre.
I already like her. I'm glad we won't see that nutcase for a while. Her words made me tense up. I asked my classmates about Pierre at lunch break. That guy is a complete psycho. He doesn't have friends, doesn't like partying, and talks to insects. Can you imagine? The pieces of the puzzle were finally starting to fit together. Pierre did not live up to his parents' expectations and did not act like their typical rich heir. That was probably why Madame and Monsieur Besson sent him away. Do you have a moment? Of course. Those rich kids sure have sharp tongues. Don't listen to them. Pierre is a good boy. I even saw him with a girl from a poor neighborhood. But then their families had a falling out. It was a huge scandal. That was it! It was a typical Romeo and Juliet story. The Bessons didn't like the fact that their son was spending time with a poor girl and sent him away to separate them. Do you know the girl's name or address? I don't, but I know that her older brother Louis boxes at the Gladiator Sports Club. Before I could thank her, my bodyguard appeared out of nowhere and dragged me away.
You aren't allowed to talk to anyone but your classmates, or did you forget?
When I returned to the mansion, I hid in a closet so that no one would overhear me. Then, I called my parents and asked them to give the phone to Pierre. I found out that you were dating a girl from a poor family. That's why they sent you to America, right?
Phoebe, stay out of this. That's all in the past. I don't want to think about it anymore.
I was just trying to help.
Don't start something you can't finish.
Even through the phone, I could feel how worried and even scared he was. Was Pierre so intimidated by his own parents? Before going to bed, I was scrolling through my phone and saw that Nadine had posted a bunch of photos. My friend's last post made me feel uneasy, so I called Nadine and asked her if she was okay. Phil asked me out on a date this afternoon, but I turned him down. When I got home, I saw that someone had broken the window in my room and turned all my things over. Jeez, is anything missing? Only a hair clip. This must be Phil's way of getting back at me. What a jerk. Nadine, I told you to be careful. I love the attention. Is that a crime? I guess not. By the way, how is Pierre? Did he make any friends at the new school? Are you kidding me? He's afraid of his own shadow. For a rich heir, he's way too insecure. I knew it was his parents' fault. They didn't accept their son for who he was, and Pierre withdrew into himself.
Why are you going to my son's room?
Jeez, you Bessons all move as quietly as ghosts. You haven't answered my question. I wanted to find the girl Pierre used to date before you made them break up. What? Do you think we're that heartless? Phoebe, things weren't that simple. That girl was stalking Pierre. Lynette wouldn't leave him alone. My poor boy developed paranoia because of her. We tried to talk to Lynette's parents, but it only made things worse. Pierre decided to participate in the student exchange program and leave the country for a while. It sounded terrible. To believe Madame Besson's story, I first needed to hear Lynette's version of events. The next day after classes, I climbed out of the school window and slipped past my bodyguard.
Where is that brat?
Then I came to the Gladiator Sports Club and found Lynette's older brother. Hi, you're Louis, right?
Depends on who's asking.
I'm Phoebe. I'm temporarily staying at the Besson's house.
I don't want to talk about those bastards. They only look human.
But it's important.
Not to me.
How about a little bet? If I beat you in a spar, you will answer all my questions.
I don't hit girls.
Are you scared, chicken?
You called the wrong guy a chicken, girly.
I knocked him down with a karate move before he could even blink.
You're much prettier from this angle. How'd you manage to beat me?
I've been doing karate for years. I try not to get into fights, but I know how to throw a punch.
That was cool. Fair is fair. Ask your questions.
Is it true that Lynette was stalking Pierre?
What? That's a lie. It was Pierre. He's a pathological stalker. He wouldn't leave my sister alone. At first, they were just friends. He was acting normal. But then Pierre started to stalk Lynette on social media, broke into her room, stole her things. We even had to contact the police. But his family decided to hush it all up. They bribed my parents so they'd keep quiet and sent Pierre to America for a while.
Poor Lynette! I'm sorry that she had to deal with all of that. Louis didn't seem like a liar. But I still didn't know whom to believe. When I returned to the mansion, I turned on the shower so that everyone would think I was in the bathroom and sneaked into Pierre's room to find some clues. To no avail. I was about to leave when I tripped over something. There was a hiding place in the second floor. Pierre kept photos of Lynette and the things he had stolen from her in it. Lipsticks, bracelets, hair clips. Wait, my blood ran cold when I remembered that someone had recently stolen a hairpin from Nadine. My friend wasn't answering her phone, so I called Phil and asked him if he had anything to do with the recent incident. Do I look like a psycho? I was pissed at Nadine, but not enough to break windows or steal hairpins. His words only fueled my anxiety. I opened Nadine's social media and saw that 10 minutes ago, she had written that her parents were leaving for the whole night, and she was going to relax in the bathroom. After that, I called my mom and asked her if Pierre was at home. He went for a walk about 10 minutes ago. Is something wrong? I hope not. I had no proof, but my gut was telling me I had to act. I called the police in my hometown and asked them to do a check on Nadine. All I could do after that was wait. You're like a huge pimple, annoying and hard to get rid of. What are you doing in Pierre's room? I wanted to know the truth, and now I do. Your son is a stalker and he needs help, but instead of making sure he gets it, you decide to hide the problem so that it won't ruin your perfect image.
You've just made some powerful enemies, girl.
I don't know what would have happened next if the police from my city hadn't called them and informed them that Pierre had been arrested for trespassing. Madame and Monsieur Benson immediately got on a plane to America. I didn't stay either, and soon returned home. Easy. I can't breathe. Thank you for calling the police when you suspected something was wrong, Phoebe. Pierre broke into my house when I was all by myself. I was so scared. Here's what the police told me. After what happened with Lynette, Pierre decided to find a new victim. He came across Nadine's social media and followed her. While he looked at her photos, he dreamt of getting closer to her. Pierre found out about the student exchange program at our school and convinced his parents to take part in it. That's how he ended up at the same school as Nadine. Luckily, this time, the cops caught Pierre red-handed when he broke into my friend's house. So no matter how rich his parents were, they did not manage to hush up the scandal. Pierre had to undergo compulsory treatment, and Madame and Monsieur Benson faced public backlash. You're right. Better safe than sorry. I made my account private. This should be a lesson for all of us. Staying safe online is extremely important. After all, you never know who's following you, friends or obsessive maniacs. A few days ago, I got an email from Louis.
Dear Phoebe, thank you for fighting for justice. Maybe you should consider a career as a detective. I hope to see you again and have a rematch someday. From France, with love, Louis.
Please like this video and tell me what you usually post on social media in the comments down below.